Bitcoin has rejected from the absolute critical level, which we mentioned on the previous show, that needed to be reclaimed. And we said that was going to be a bit of a warning sign. Altcoins are also down pretty significantly, wiping out the last 6 months of gains on a lot of them. So is this the time that you should be allocating if you've been in a cash position throughout and you've missed every single pump along the way? Or should you be looking to get out of your altcoins? We're going to discuss this and a whole lot more on today's show. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. We'll have a look over here at the chart, which pretty much shows all the top 200 coins. And you can see it's looking pretty dismal over here with only OKB, MX, ANT, OM, ZBC, and MKR, which are green currently on the daily, and the rest of them in the top 200 are completely wiped towards the downside. So it is looking bleak. We already discussed the coins that have relative strength, and we suggested that if you were looking to go long for whatever reason, those would be the coins that you wanted to go long on because those are showing relative strength. OM is one of the ones that we had been looking at, and with only 3 days and 15 hours left to go with the Bitcoin halving event, will this lead to a pump? Is this going to be priced in or not? That is the question. Stay tuned until the very end of the show if you want the full picture of where we're at within the cycle. Now, if we pull up the bull market support band, typically speaking, when this is angled towards the upside, the bands and prices above it, you are in a bull market. And in that bull market, when you do have the dips, you technically come down into those regions between the two different moving averages. We have the 20-week simple moving average and the 21-week exponential moving average, and that becomes a buy the dip opportunity. So where exactly are we within that picture? Well, if you zoom in over here and you get a little bit more close to the price action, you can see that that dip buying opportunity is going to come in currently with your 20-week simple moving average at $53,600 if it were to come down there today. And then the 21-week EMA is coming in at $54,000. So between that $53,000 and about $55,000 level is going to be major support. And that's the level to hold. Remember, I speak about this a lot in the shows where I tell you that when price hasn't hit a level for a long period of time, that level is going to be a strong level of support or resistance, depending if it's above or below that level. So time tends to reinforce significant levels. And if you look at this level over here, price has been trending up above that bull market support band since pretty much the 16th of October 2023 is when they were reclaimed, and there were no tests of that level. This is a very, very significant amount of time above that bull market support band. And simply put, what that means for you as the viewer back at home is that when price action does eventually come back down into that level, you can expect at the very least that it's going to cause a major reaction and a bounce towards the upside. So before we continue, guys, smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel. I am operating today on probably 3 hours of sleep. I've just landed in Dubai, came straight from the airport to the hotel, set everything up. I have all my mics and everything over here, but it's not working. It's not giving great sound output. So I thought, let me just sync everything up with the good old standard MacBook Pro over here, running on the MacBook Pro speaker and mic. So I hope that the sound quality is good enough for you. I'll try and set all of this up and get all the relevant plugs that fit the Dubai sockets later on today. Guys, please smash the like button. Helps to get the show content out there. And then let's get through this quickly. I have a whole bunch that I want to show you. I want to make it a pretty quick show. Now, we spoke about the volume as well. If you look at the weekly time frame, we said that as price was moving up towards those significant levels that we wanted to see reclaim, you want to see, is the volume picking up or not? If the volume is not picking up, that's a sign of weakness and suggestive that you probably are going to turn back over. And that's exactly what happened, right? You can see the low volume bar, price continued to move towards the downside. And therefore, you have to look at the next areas of support, which is going to be that 59 to 60K level is going to be pretty significant. If you lose that, well, then you can look to the bull market support band, which, as mentioned, is between that $53,000 and $54,000 region. And what has this done to the market? Well, it's completely reset the funding rate, some of which have even gone negative. BNB is blue, showing negative funding. And if you go all the way back down to the bottom, TIA, one of the top performers about 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, now completely negative and has absolutely tanked, resetting the market entirely. round tripping for anyone that was long 6 months ago. Now, this is the picture of Bitcoin over here. We said that you are starting to reduce your risk on longs as soon as you see the yellow moving average cross below the green moving average, which is exactly what we got. We had the closing candle over there. That was your sign to reduce some of your long exposure. And now you're expecting that possibly you could come all the way down into this region, which gives you confluence with that bull market support band, which I just showed you over here, around that $53,000 region, because this moving average will be rising each passing week. So that's the possibility on the high time frame. Now, is the cycle over? That's a question that many people may wonder. Was this a left translated cycle, meaning that you peak much quicker than in prior cycles and it's all over? Well, very, very unlikely. Purely based on the historical data that we have, it's unlikely, because Bitcoin usually tops around 12 months following the halving cycle, which means that April next year, you should have at least 12 months left. Now, there is a possibility that you could go for an extended drawdown, reaccumulation, and then lead into another peak 6 months later, so in the third or fourth quarter of this year. But if you look at the other data, the Twitter followers as per each different analyst, these are pretty well-respected analysts that are listed below. You can see that in peak euphoria of bull markets where tops are put in, ultimately, these accounts get maximum engagement, huge, significant engagement. And you can see we're absolutely nowhere close to those prior levels. We're still oscillating only about a quarter of the way of where we were previously. So that should give you some hope that the frothy retail that come at the end of the cycle are not here yet. But nevertheless, risk remains to the downside. We outlined the very key significant area at that $66,000 to $67,000 level. And we said, if that flips into resistance, expect continuation down, and then you're probably going to sweep the lows, but properly. We had a small sweep over there, but now your expectation should be a real sweep of those lows, because you've got the rejection. You've rejected off of the 9 and 18 exponential moving average. You're below your pivot level, which is measured by the RSI. You're below the 200 EMA on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. And this becomes a major cluster of resistance, which just so happens to also coincide with the mid-range level when looking at this as your range, right? So if you look at this as your range low, mid-range, range high, and you treat it as a range, well, then the loss of that range level and the back test into that as resistance would signify that you're expecting continuation down, a proper sweep, see if there's a reclaim. If there is a reclaim, that opens up the opportunity to go long with stops below. If there is not a reclaim and it flips that into resistance, well, you know what comes next. $52,000 Bitcoin would be on the table. That does not end the bear market, or the bull market, excuse me. $52,000 Bitcoin will not be the end of the bull market. That will probably be the best risk to reward long opportunity that you'll get within this cycle if you are looking to long Bitcoin. So there it is. Here's your 4 hour time frame chart. You got your stochastic RSIs currently resetting, moving back to the downside. Let's quickly have a look at what it's doing on the 8 hour. Okay, it is hitting the 200 EMA on the 8 hour. Stochastic RSIs have bottomed out over there. What about the 12 hour? Looking to potentially start turning up. So if you could see one more sweep down and a reclaim, that could give the buoyancy needed to pop that back towards the upside. If you look at the daily, also has the opportunity with the stochastic RSIs to hopefully cross back to the upside. But at the end of the day, the mid-range level is clear. $67,500 is the level to clear. Until you clear and break above $67,500, risk will remain towards the downside in the short and the medium time frame. Now, we're still waiting for a full reset on the funding. Yes, we can see it over here on a lot of the different coins, right? If we go back over here, we saw the reset on the funding. But as for Bitcoin, it went negative only temporarily and then popped back up to positive funding over there. So the question is, will we get another flush to the downside, shaking out the late shaking out the early longs, those who recently went long? Can we get negative funding? If you do, remember, I've shown you the signal before. It's a pretty solid buy signal for the long run. You have currently spot, which is oscillating within that range. That's the orange line over there. Spot buyers are holding price action up within this range. Leverage are flashing, right? they're continuing to short towards the downside. You can see the big divergence between spot and futures, with the futures sending price towards the downside, and consequently you have your cumulative volume delta negative. And we know within bull markets, this usually marks solid bottoms. We've shown this many times. If you're somebody that's new here, you'll have to go look back at prior videos. But for the rest of you who have been here for a long time, you'll know that oftentimes this is where you don't want to get too bearish, right? You want to more look for long opportunities. That doesn't mean you blindly long, but you want price to give you a reason to long. What would a reason be? As just mentioned, one reason would be if you saw what is going on over here. I've got multiple accounts going on. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the stream. It's probably because I've moved here into Dubai and somebody else in Dubai is on my account. So one reason, this would be a reason: the negative funding, sweep, hold. That's a reason. Now you have a reason to go long. Stop loss goes below. Okay, let's continue. Bitget, there's a BWB airdrop. Guys, it's completely free. If you do want to participate, all you have to do is put in an EVM compatible wallet. So that's like your MetaMask wallet, Solana address, Tron address. It can be any of those. Use the link in the description below. Literally, that's all you have to do. Just go through there, put your or sign up over there, and then put your address in, and then you can check. You should qualify for the BWB airdrop, which is currently going on. I think also with Bitget, you're currently getting up to where is it? Where's Bitget? Let's just see. Bitget. There you go. You're currently getting up to $30,000 in sign-up bonuses if you don't have an account with Bitget and you sign up to them. So use that in the description below. All right, the dollar. Big move towards the upside, bouncing off of that mid-range level. You can see that's the white line that I have, or not mid-range, sorry, range high. You broke out of the range high, came back to back test it, and then you're holding the parallel channel at the mid-level. Double confluence over there, and this is continuing to grind towards the upside. That continued move towards the upside is adding an immense amount of pressure onto the stock market. It's not always inversely correlated to the stock market, but it often is, meaning that if the DXY, or the dollar index, is moving towards the upside, the stock market is often doing the opposite thing and moving towards the downside. And that's exactly what we're seeing, which is also adding additional pressure to crypto. So here you have it. Here's your stock market. Look at that. You've now come back down, breaking below what was the prior range. You've officially lost that level, and now you need to be looking to the next zones of support. So this could be in free fall for a couple of days, which will add extra risk and pressure to crypto. Same thing over here on the NASDAQ, the QQQ, and I'll show you the correlation between the NASDAQ and crypto in just a moment. Dow Jones, same thing, also coming down. And then Coinbase on the bottom left will be doing exactly the same thing. So here's the correlation. Pretty interesting chart of Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ on 3x leverage. So if you put the NASDAQ on 3x leverage, the fractal is almost exact. And this is not a short time frame fractal, right? This is from 2018, and you can see it's almost mimicked one for one when you put on 3x leverage, which means that Bitcoin trades at about a 3 times beta to what the NASDAQ would. So if the NASDAQ moves up 1 point, Bitcoin moves up 3 points. If NASDAQ goes down 1 point, Bitcoin goes down 3 points. And that's why you want to also sometimes chart things like the stock market, see what the stock market's doing. If the NASDAQ is going to break down below this range, and this is a distribution level, which we also spoke a lot about. We spoke about Bitcoin being in the low time frame on a 4-hour chart, potentially within a Wyckoff distribution schematic, and we looked for that upthrust after distribution. This one happened in the first phase, in phase B of that Wyckoff pattern, as opposed to in phase D, which is where we were hoping to see one more spike up. So worth looking at these things, always worth looking at these things. Continuing on over here with total 3, you can see same thing, total 3 opening the candle pretty much on the red line over there. This is the weekly candle, which is $645 billion is the line in the sand. The week's not over. The week's not over. This could come down and then close back to the top side. If it does do something like that, that will look pretty solid to continue to hold this range. And then maybe you have a little bit of a bull or bear trap, where ultimately bears are looking for low prices, but they don't get it. Now, what happens if you do close below that level and it comes all the way down? Well, I'll be looking for another higher low, pretty much somewhere around here at about 500 to 501 billion. That would be the next area of interest. So we'll get into the altcoins in just a moment. We already had a look at the altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin, which were very far and few between. There was only a couple of them. We'll re-look at that to see if it is worthwhile going into any of the altcoins or not yet. Now, I just want to bring this up quickly because you can see over here on the Banter Bubbles chart, it says you qualify for the GUMMY airdrop. In order for us to airdrop your GUMMY tokens, we'll need a non-exchange Solana wallet address. Please input below and press submit. You still have time to gather more points. GUMMY launches on April the 20th, but the snapshot for that airdrop will probably be done this week, probably tomorrow, latest the next day. You don't want to take a chance. The sooner you participate, the better. So you've been mining those airdrop points, which are going to be converted into airdrops or into GUMMY tokens. I've already put mine in. You should have an option there where you can submit it. Guys, please do it. I'm encouraging you to submit it. All you have to do is put a phantom wallet address, which is this one over here. There's still some of you that haven't. We know what's going to happen. We know that a lot of you are not going to do it. And then the airdrop's going to come out. I don't know, guys. I don't know if the airdrop's going to come out worth something or worthless, but I can bet you anything. If it comes out worth something, the people who didn't do it are going to complain. Please don't be that guy or girl. Please just complete the thing now. It's nothing is going to happen to you. You're not losing any money. You just have to put in your wallet, and that is it. That's so that they can airdrop it into that wallet. And it has to be non-exchange related, because if you put in an exchange wallet, they're going to airdrop it to the exchange. The exchange holds the keys to that Solana wallet, which means you're not going to get the airdrop. They're going to get the airdrop. So, okay, will Solflare address also work? I see that is one of the comments over there. Yes, it will. It will. As long as it's not an exchange wallet and you hold the private keys, it will work. So for those of you, this is a quick lesson. For those of you who have no clue how this works, go on to type in on Google, Phantom, Phantom. Then download the wallet. I've already done it, so I can't do it again. Download the wallet. Once you download the wallet, it's got a whole description over here. It'll tell you everything that you have to do. Add it to the extension over here to your browser. Open it up and copy in the top the address. Literally, it will show you over there. Just copy the address, right? So you put in your password, or give you your secret recovery phrases over there. Save those somewhere very, very safe. And then that's it. Basically, you're done, right? Once you're in, you'll be able to come through to, let's see, is there an example over here? Okay, not on here. Once you're in, just imagine this is on your mobile device. On the top over here where my cursor is, you'll see over there, that's where you get the address for the wallet. Take that address, copy and paste that address into here, and then you'll qualify for the airdrop. Also, for the Whale Room community, let's just go to the Whale Room community over here. If you go through to announcements, there we go. I'll post it again. We'll post it here. Here's the snapshot, right? You guys get a little bit extra, right? Because you've, of course, been part of Whale Room. So you're getting a multiplier effect where you're going to get a whole lot more GUMMY tokens than the rest of the people. Go through over there. If you don't do this, guys, I can't help you. You're going to miss it. Remember, this is in a smart contract. There's literally zilch, nothing that we can do. Once the snapshot takes place and it is pretty much on the blockchain in the smart contract, it's over. That's it. You can kick and scream. You can call anyone you want. You can call the Sheikh of Dubai to come to my hotel over here. I can't do anything. Can't help you. So please, please do that. All right, let's move on. Also, a reminder, if you hold 𝗚𝗘, you also qualify for the airdrop. You had hold 𝗚𝗘 on your Phantom wallet anyway, so that's how we'll get the wallet address there. We have the wallet address of anyone holding 𝗚𝗘 anyway, and then we'll send it over there. And then the final way is Blowfin. If you sign up to Blowfin using the link in the description below, deposit $100. Why $100? Because if it's non-KYC'd, you can open up multiple exchange accounts, meaning that you're taking too much of the airdrop for yourself. $100 kind of limits that. So use the link in the description below, and you can also buy it on the open market there. Cool. Now that we've got all of the admin out of the way, let's continue on over here. Let's look at ETH BTC. again, attempting to reclaim this level. But at the end of the day, this is a powerful downtrend, and you should not swap your Bitcoin into Ethereum until such time as that downtrend ends, until you break back into the trading range. We've covered this a massive amount. You're looking for something like that, and you want to see the range level hold. Then you can get into ETH. For now, it's tanking against Bitcoin, and so are a lot of the other coins. And that's why Bitcoin dominance continues to trend towards the upside. And a 60% Bitcoin dominance is 100% still on the table and still in the realm of possibilities. In terms of bullish versus bearish, this is about 90% in the bulls court. So 90% bullish, and only about 10% can go towards the bears, meaning that the bulls are running absolutely rampant over here against all different altcoins. And there you can see it, right? This is the state of the market. You have things like TON, MNT. Those are pretty much the only two real outliers on this spaghetti chart. And the rest of them have been absolutely hammered, right? Down as much as 55% on SAY. You have Optimism 40% down, Arbitrum 39% down, AVAX 38%, Matic 37%, TIA 33%, Lido 30% down, NEAR 28% down, getting completely hammered, especially against Bitcoin. So where does this put the rest of the altcoin market? Well, if you look on the RSI weekly resets over here, it has reset. The RSI heat map has reset, with a lot of the coins breaking back down into that average zone. As per the RSI, that would usually be a buy the dip opportunity, right? So should you be selling your altcoins now? No. I would say no. You shouldn't be selling your altcoins now. If you're in a cash position, should you be allocating into all of these coins? Also, no. You should look to the strong coins, right? And we went through the list. You should look to the strong coins. So very, very quickly, Renko removes a lot of the noise. ETH BTC down, getting wrecked against Bitcoin. Link BTC getting wrecked against Bitcoin. XRP, let's just move on. Litecoin also getting wrecked against Bitcoin. Aptos getting wrecked against Bitcoin. Cake on its way down. I mean, that could be a reaccumulation zone at the bottom of the range. Possibilities. Zeta getting wrecked. AVAX also on its way down. This is pretty critical. AVAX bulls could have a chance to pull this back against Bitcoin, but they need to send this candle up very, very quickly so it doesn't close like that. If they can get this one back up, it is a possibility that you have a potential inverse head and shoulders over here, and you also have a new high low in the making, but it's too soon to tell. DOT getting wrecked, SAY getting wrecked, Phantom. Also, similar to AVAX, it has a chance over here, but it's too soon, right? We need to see more over there. Injective has been getting wrecked against Bitcoin for quite some time. It had an absolutely stellar 2023 open with this massive move up against Bitcoin, pretty much crushing most coins out there. One of the top performers, but right now getting smashed. If you look at Solana BTC, Solana also still in the strong court, right? But bulls will need to step up over here, defend this level, create a higher low, and have price continue higher. Cardano getting wrecked. NEAR also potential reaccumulation zone over here. Too soon to say if it's getting wrecked. It has a chance of reversing the trend against Bitcoin and going up, but again, bulls need to step up, just like with Phantom. They need to step up this week. Matic getting wrecked. Atom getting wrecked. Sui getting wrecked against Bitcoin. Casper, we need to go on a lower time frame. There's not enough history over here, but the last couple of weeks also not looking too good against Bitcoin. Okay, back onto the daily. Metas also hammered against Bitcoin, straight down, right? If you look at Optimism, straight down against Bitcoin. Arbitrum, straight down. Stacks, of course, this is a beta to Bitcoin, so this one will be doing okay. If Bitcoin goes up, Stacks does very, very well. Okay, Mantra, very, very good. OM, look at that. One of the coins with extreme relative strength. This one should be on the top of your list, right? If you're looking for a position to add into, this has got extreme relative strength right now. Of course, this can change in the future, but right now, extreme relative strength. Dusk, also possible reaccumulation, Boson possible reaccumulation. So the real world asset narrative is starting to heat up. 1 inch getting wrecked. GMX also getting wrecked, but possibly going to put in a green candle over there sometime soon. DYDX getting wrecked. Uni also getting wrecked against Bitcoin. Sushi getting hammered against Bitcoin. XAI smashed. Ocean. This one could be in a reaccumulation range, so you can put this on your maybe list. Put on your maybe list. Fetch AI. This has been one of the stronger coins, so that can be on the strong list. But bulls need to step up pretty soon, right? You're going to have a short-term pullback against USD, the USD value as well, or the USD pair, and then you're looking for potential bounce. AGIX also on the maybe list. GRT getting wrecked. Pepe getting wrecked right now. Okay, Bonk also getting wrecked right now. Floki just started to turn over against Bitcoin. Doge, possible higher low that could be in the making over here, so I wouldn't call that one out yet. Shiba Inu, not much to say over there. Okay, WIF may have had its run against BTC. That could be the end. We'll have to get a little bit more information over there. Still a young chart. Okay, guys, I think you get the picture, right? I'm not going to keep going through all of these. None of them are good over here in the gaming. They're all getting hammered. All of the gaming tokens are getting absolutely hammered against Bitcoin. There is no trades over there. Ultimately, it is still Bitcoin season. So what about the USD pair? So we outlined a couple of them that are good. We'll quickly go over those. Solana being one. Critical that this level must hold because you have the upsloping trend line. You also have the strong horizontal area of support. So I want to see, even if you do come back below here, I want to see that this trend line very quickly gets reclaimed. And then I would love to see a reclaim of the prior range low that we had eyed out at about $160. So for Solana, this is the level to hold. $120 to $125, you want to see that hold. If that starts to break down, ultimately this is going to go through full distribution and an $80 Solana becomes a possibility. You can go back to the prior videos not so long ago where I said that on Solana, let's just quickly go back. I said on Solana, if we do start to lose this $160 level, then you're going to go down to 120. I remember even Fred came to me at the office and said, bro, somebody said on your show that you said Solana is going to 120, and because he holds a lot of Solana, and I said yes, if it loses that level, it's going to 120. There, it hit 120. So this is the power of TA, right? Let's go to some of the other coins that had relative strength on the USD pair, though. So Stacks, here's Stacks. Okay, this is a pretty key level right now that Stacks is in. So there it is. This level must hold $2.50. You don't want to see it come back below $2.50. If it comes below $2.50, ultimately you can look for another move all the way down to $1.60. To give you perspective on how far down that would be losing another 30% against USD. Now you also have this upsloping trend line, the green line over here, which we've now lost. Okay, we've lost that. So that's a shift in momentum. That means you should be looking for more of a ranging market right now. You should be looking for price to do something like this and oscillate here for a while, creating a new base, reclaim this level, and then hopefully you can go up. Okay, let's look at some of the other ones that were strong. So Mantra, very, very strong over there. Look how quickly this bounces back following these dips over here. We have high low after high low. This is powerful. It's just, look at that, as a percentage away from highs. Let's just go from top to current level, 15% away, and this one will be at new all-time highs. Once again, trending up towards our high target that we had over here at $1.55. That is still on the table. Okay, let's have a look also at TON, which was also one of the stronger coins over there, and we'll see how is TON doing. Okay, TON. All right, TON, let's go. There we have it. Also, straight uptrend. So this was in a long-term parallel channel rising towards the upside over there, broke out of the top side of that channel, and it has ever since been holding that as support. So you can see this is the top side of your parallel channel. You broke out the top side. You came back, you tested support, and you can easily put in a horizontal there, right? Look at that horizontal. Perfect support over there at $5.56. That's the level to hold. If it does come back down over there, that's an opportunity, right? These are your opportune zones to grab some limit order entries at about $5.50 and then continuation higher. One of the coins with relative strength, access to a massive amount of users, one of the most in the world, and slowly gaining traction within the crypto space, right? Only recently have YouTubers and crypto influencers started to speak about TON and the ecosystem plays around TON. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have over there? While we wait, I'm going to have a look at your chart requests over there. So everybody start dropping your requests. Please also do me the favor of smashing the like button. So far, we had 30 minutes. I do want to limit the shows and not have them too long. So before we go into your final request, also just a shout out and a reminder, Bitget, claim your BWB airdrop. And then also, please, guys, 𝗓𝗏𝗏, sign up to 𝗓𝗏𝗏. Give your Phantom wallet addresses on Banter Bubbles, Whale Room community. You're not going to get your multiplier unless you complete the form. Please complete the form. We have 1,300 of you who have completed the form, and there's something like 3,000 of you in Whale Room. So that means half of you haven't done it. Please complete the form in Whale Room. And then Tuka holders, you're getting, right? You don't need to submit anything. You're getting 𝗓𝗏𝗏. You can buy it on the open market. Sign up in the link in the description below. You get your sign up bonus, and let's go. Let's go. All right. Coins. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, let's quickly see. Okay, I'm gonna do this on OMNOM. I do want to look at OMNOM. I wanted to buy OMNOM a long time ago, and the guys persuaded me not to, and I think it did really well. So let's have a look. Okay, this is, of course, the dog eat dog world analogy, right? OMNOM eats Dogecoin. That's what it is. And powerful. I think after this spike over here, I wanted to buy somewhere around here. What I missed out on, you can't get them all, right? You can't get them all. Missed out on only an 800% move. So what I think of this, okay, the fact that these candles are creating new swing lows on a closing basis could spell a little bit of trouble. If you put that onto a line chart, you can see what I mean. For the most part, the chances are high that this is just a chopsolidation, a consolidation like the rest of the market, right? You can take this over here. You can view that as your range level. That was the sweep below the range, up, reclaim. If you come back into that at the bottom side, I'm not going to read the numbers, guys. There's billions of zeros over there. Just look at the levels. If it comes into that zone over there, that could be a buying opportunity. But if you lose that, well, ultimately, then you have to view this as distribution and no longer a range. I always tell you guys, remember, ask yourself, is it a range or is it a trend? A trend is higher highs and higher lows, right? That is a trend, right? So if you have this, that's your first lower low, and you have a lower high. So is this the start of a new downtrend where you're ultimately going to continue to trend down? Or is it that it's ranging? Is it just chopping within this range over here? So unfortunately, you'll only know if you take out that level. But for now, you already have your signs, right? Lower low, lower high over there. So if you can't hold the bottom of the range over here and break back up, you can't treat it like a range. That means the probability is you are going to create another lower low, at which point that means you're coming all the way back down to this zone over here. Okay, that is for OMNOM, dog eat dog, doggy coin, right? Okay, let's continue. What else? All right. You guys still want mostly meme coins. I'm reading the room here. I'm reading the chat. A lot of you are still looking for meme coins. I'm just scrolling through. Give me a second, guys. There are some fundamental ones here, which is good. But for the most part, I'm not going to lie. It's about 65 to 70% of these are meme coins. Okay, I'm going to wait for a few more. Let's see. Okay, let's go to Phantom. Since Phantom was a maybe coin against Bitcoin, against the BTC pair when we measured Phantom, we said put that on the maybe list. So let's have a look at Phantom. Okay. So it lost the range level. And that's the question, what I just told you. Let's just get that out there. There we have it. So that lost a very, very key level, but it came straight into the range high support. This range high is based on the old range, right? You can see over there, comes down, holds a support, resistance, bounces here off the mid-range, comes up into resistance, trends down, support, resistance, back into the mid-range, the circles where we went long, and ultimately, big breakout. You've come full circle all the way back down. I would say that I would be willing to take longs on Phantom as long as it holds above the top side of the range over here. I would say that this would be a longing opportunity, right? As soon as this breaks below and gains acceptance below this level, your next stop is going to be mid-range, which is here at about 34 cents. You're probably going to have a short-term bounce and then probably full capitulation, maybe you even get a sweep below the bottom of the range, which would be a wonderful buying opportunity. When you look at a long time frame range like this is all untapped, right? This never got swept. It doesn't have to. It's not that it has to get swept, but it hasn't been swept. And based off this would create a lot of panic. I would say you could see something like that. So I would be willing to bid as long as it's holding above here. If it loses that, I'm out. I'm out on Phantom. All right, guys, that's it from me. Love you all madly. Thank you so much for watching. I'll do as many shows as I possibly can in Dubai, but it is going to be really, really busy. I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Please, 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 please do everything you need to for the GUMMY airdrop. We don't need any crybabies on Friday when you missed it. Okay, see you guys on the next one. Cheers for now.